There it is. Hey, Wiggles, if you can see us, we just sent you an invite. Yo, can you hear?
Yo!
I tell you, IG, yo, we like try to log on. We was like, yo, why are we blocked? But we posted something about COVID. I'm like, really?
Right.
Y'all want to block us for that? It wasn't even like we said anything fake. This is how we handle COVID.
Right.
Yo!
So,
Let that one ride.
right. So what's up?
Yeah. Look, shoot, ain't that, man? I'm sharing it right now, man. Sharing it to everybody right now, my boy.
Cool.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Cool.
So before we get started, because we got to do a formal invite and letting people know who you are, if they don't already know, and
Right.
if they don't know, they better know.
And you already know we're going to do another interview under the Radio Twins in the future if you want to.
Definitely.
Oh yeah,
Ladies and
man. Come on, it's the bros.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know who he is, this is It's Your Boy Wiggles. I think we can put title of DJ, host, educator, comedian too, right?
Comedian, if you want to give me that, you can.
But it's all good. We definitely first of all, we wanted to start off by saying we did a post a couple of weeks ago, and Chuck posted it for us.
Right.
And it was basically generalizing it to everybody.
Yeah.
And like when it's your turn, go for it.
Right.
And of course we had frat brothers who saw it, was like, well, hey, let's do it. And we were just like, okay, cool, let's go ahead and interview. I mean, because we always interview people that are interesting, have a lot going on. We believe everyone has a story to tell.
And they actually are connected with the community. They're doing something positive.
Right.
I don't care if it's like in the entertainment business or if you actually have your own business, nonprofit business. If you're doing something that's like really meaning something, we want the world to know about it.
So speaking of the first question, how did you come up with the name Wiggles?
Real simple, man. Down in the South, man, us brothers are 586, but man, we do this thing. Some people call it the crazy legs now. But we used to call it the wiggly legs. That is Valdosta State University, man, the Educator chapter, man. Shout out to my old school brothers out there. The twins, John and Greg, Zay, D-Train, those guys, man, they used to be real smooth with their signature stroll moves, man, wiggly legs. And so when I got online back in 2003, me and one of my line brothers, the number 8 main event, we used to always go back and forth, man, about who had the best wiggly legs. And at the time, he used to call himself Dr. Wiggle or something like that. Mr. Wiggle, one of the two. We used to go back and forth on who just was the best, Dr. Wiggle, Mr. Wiggle. So I left, then went to Georgia Southern, man, and I used to do it. And then when I came to Albany, moved to Albany in 06, man, I was just like years ahead of everybody. And so I just adopted the name Wiggles. And I just took off with it, man, and put L on top of it, and I just stuck with it, man. So it's been about, sheesh, man, 15 years now. 15 years, man, and I've been holding down, 15 years holding down the title of Wiggles. So it's my radio personality name. It's my DJ name now. My fraternal name. You know, so people think it's my line name, but my line name is Joker. You know what I mean? So
Okay, first of all, was
Yeah.
it hard learning it? Was it hard learning the step?
Not at all, man. Being a dancer, well, I thought I was a dancer anyway. You know what I'm saying? Being a little dancer, man, and just watching them. Like I used to watch those guys, man, so much, and so it was a simple thing to do, man. It just they used to do it in like step and stump their foot, and so I was like, how can I make this thing a little smoother, man? You know what I'm saying? And so that's how I was able to just do it, just smooth. Don't pick my feet up off of the ground a lot of times, man. That was it,
Cool.
man. Going from side to side.
Well, I'm glad you figured that out because technically, when we were doing it, we was like, "Yo,
But
that
that was,
stomp part."
it's too much.
I would live
sore. Like
world
the hands were sore, the legs. I couldn't do
almost crippled.
Couldn't do
So
it.
yeah, you know.
So how did you?
Hey, well, look, hold on. Well, look, so what y'all talking about essentially is what we call the crazy leg. So the wiggles is just what you do in between the whole left, right, up, that side to side, the spins and stuff like that. So that right there is called the crazy legs. The wiggles is just like the little wiggly legs that a lot of bros, don't really like all the time,
So how did you get started in? First of all, the radio business or
All
love
right,
for?
so well, it started with Sigma, man. We had two Neos, man. One crossed in '06, fall '06, one crossed in spring '07. They worked at the college radio station. And I like what they were doing, man. I used to rock with them. I was like, how can I get on, man, the college radio station? And so maybe like the latter part of '07, I got in, man. I did like 3 sessions with a guy, and I had my own radio show. And after that, I got picked up by an independent radio station, man. Steve Hagwood, who's a radio guru, man, out of Atlanta, Georgia. So they used to hit me up on MySpace back then. So I was on MySpace, man, and they hit me up, asked me to come in, did a couple recorded sessions, man, and after that, man, I fell in love with radio, man. And to date, it's like my favorite thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Today, be on radio, be on air, man.
Right.
Well, for one, you can see it, like your energy.
Right.
And I think that to me, it jumps out at you and grabs you,
Right. It's
holds
totally
you.
different because a lot of I'm not putting anybody down, but a lot of people are not.
Like
It's like when Martin said,
right,
"I'm trying to put my face on the tube." It's
right,
like not a lot of people should be trying.
right.
So
And I can only imagine if you're on air with this energy, what you're like when you DJing, like
right. So what inspires you to do what you do, regardless if it's the DJing, if it's just being the all around personality that you are? Like, what inspires you?
People. Truthfully, man, just want to make sure people have a good time, man. You know what I'm saying? I like being a life of the party. Like people having high energy, good energy, man. I'm not always in the mood for it, man, but just seeing people smiling, dancing, having a good time, or that's what keeps me going, man. But again, for the most part, like I'm always, I can't say I'm always high energy, man, but when it's time to perform, I know what to do. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But it's all about people, man. People make me want to do what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Is it hard to DJ and not be? It's like it's the energy that keeps you going and moving. And like for me, I've always wanted to DJ, but I felt like I like to dance, so it's like you can't do the two at the
Right.
same time and still be focused on the DJ.
Hey, nah, man, look, so, man, there's so many times, bro, that I've been at gigs and line dances especially, bike and shuffle, wobble, man, I get out there on the floor and I do the dances, because these are longer songs, so I can kind of tell when it's about to be over, so I can go run back to the DJ booth, and there's sometimes, man, where I just want to get out there and I want to stroll with the bros, or there may be a couple people on the dance floor, man, so I just want to kind of hype in the party or the reception or the reunion or whatever it is. I'm like, yo, I just kind of want to get out there, so I do both. You know what I'm saying? I find a song that I like, and sometimes I tell somebody, like, yo, I'm trying to play a song right here because it's my song. And I want y'all to dance with me while I play this song. And I go out there and dance for a little bit. I've had moments, man, where the music cut off. And everybody like, yo, what's happening? I'm like, don't y'all see me out here in the middle of the dance floor?
people inspire you, but who actually do you think you've been influenced by?
Right.
Oh man, so I have to shout out my little bro, man. Who again the people who got me into it, man. DJ Trip, aka Jeezy. Man, he's probably like one of the dopest personalities around, man. You know what I'm saying? And like he's like a hidden gem. He's back in Albany still. He's from Atlanta. But like DJing wise, man, probably one of the best DJs that I've seen do what he does. Mike, man, he's incredible, man. Personality wise, man, the dude is just dope. Um, and when you think of like larger names, just entertainment wise, Jamie Foxx, Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy, you know, those are inspiration, man. Cat Williams. People just been able to work crowds and rock crowds, man. I love it. I look at performances, man. People like Jay-Z. And I just like, man, just the way that people have these connections with crowds, man, I really love it. You wouldn't even believe it, man. Like when I saw the Bow Wow Soulja Boy versus, man, just the energy that these guys have, like just
Definitely.
being able to feed off crowds and give people what it is that, you know what I'm saying, they want, and then that confidence that they have in themselves. You get what I'm saying? And so
Well,
that those are the inspirations right there.
since you brought verses up, and you being a DJ and on air, who would you like to see in verses?
I would definitely love to see a Jay-Z versus I don't know who, Jay-Z, Ye, Drake, Wayne. I want to see T-Pain again, man. T-Pain and Lil Jon. I think they should have a live versus again because they were in separate places, and that was my favorite one so far. You know what I'm saying? That was my favorite one. I would definitely like to see Busta Rhymes in the verses. Missy Elliott would be ham in the verses as
Yeah.
well. Maybe like I guess a Mary J or something like that, some real groove, man. But I like high energy, man. So I gotta have Buster, gotta have Missy, uh, Drake, Drake, Wayne, Ye,
Okay.
Jay-Z. Yeah, those would be the people I would want to see, man, just to see how this thing goes.
And if they have it, I mean, they usually most of the time they have the DJs. I could see a DJ by the name of Wiggles.
Yeah, hey, man, I would love to have an opportunity, man, to DJ versus another one of our bros, man. Shaka. Flood, he's Nelly's DJ, man. And so when Nelly and Ludacris did their verses, I was hitting him up like, bro, like where you at? Like Nelly needs a lot of help, man. But man, I
Right.
would love to do that, man. I've been to a couple concerts and like, man, I just wish that I could be a DJ at one of these concerts. Like I went to Ye's listening party and there was nobody like doing nothing before Ye came out, and I'm like, bro, if I
Wow.
had an opportunity to be out here and just rock this crowd, it'd be crazy. I went to Chris Brown. Me and my daughter went to go see him in Jacksonville, and
Mhm.
it was just music playing. I'm like, bro, just imagine if I'm out here in Duval County, you know what I'm saying, rocking a set. Like,
Right.
I would love to be in a big arena like that DJing, man.
As you were DJing, what would be the one moment that you said, "This is why I love DJing"?
Ah, I think my favorite encounter, man, is I did a corporate. I call it corporate, but it was a faculty party for elementary school down here where I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
and like we were in a barn in the middle of nowhere, and like
Wow.
everybody was so lit. They were so lit, and they were playing the game, and I had them so hyped. Like they almost broke my MacBook. Almost broke my DJ board. They destroyed my little DJ facade thing, but it
Uh,
was just that much fun. Where I was like, yo, this is why I do what I do. Like, you know, these are the moments that like you got to be there to believe. But one of the brothers was with me, so shout out to AJ, man. He came with me, man. He was like, he thought I was ready to fight, but I was devastated. But at the same time, I was like, yo, keep the party going. Let's go. That was probably like my number one. That's probably like the number one moment. I was like, yo, this is why I'm doing my doing for people. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing, man, right here.
So, okay, so since that scenario was really probably off to the left that you weren't really used to, has there ever been another time where you were just like, okay, I don't know. I mean, you usually can get some parties lit, but were there some situations where you're like,
Oh yes. Oh yes, man. I did it was two events in particular, man. One was actually a wedding reception. It was like every song that they wanted played, everything that they wanted to do, nothing was working. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter how hype I was, no matter how much I talked,
mhm,
like you get a couple of people out there, man, but it was like, yo, your folks really just didn't come to party. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all spent
wow,
all this money on this nice wedding by the beach, and they really just ain't
what?
trying to party. Yeah, and
Wow.
so like it made me second guess myself, man. Like, bro, like should I do this? You know what I'm saying? And I've done uh it was a graduation party, man. Well, like you know, like younger kids, man. About a couple years ago, I was at a mansion, DJ the party. It was like it was cool, man. And the artist came out. I can't remember who the artist was, but his DJ came, and like he was almost like on a whole nother level, man. You know what I'm saying? He was on a whole nother level in a sense, like not as in terms of like being just better than me, but you know, you got your artist and you out here doing your thing, and everybody was just kind of rocking with it. He was more in tune with the music, and that's what they did. But those were two moments when I'm like, I think I'm straight. But I've definitely had more times when it's been like, yo, this is why I do what I do. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out, man. We got one of the brothers checking in. What up, Cal, man? He told me to tell you about First Fridays. Like, we always rocking out First Fridays down here in Hinesville, man.
Tell us about that. Matter of fact, how did it get started?
So First Friday, you know, we got Big and Better Business, Friday Better Sigma, and we started
Right.
at a sandwich shop. And we were just doing that. But at the sandwich shop, it just had sandwiches, no drinks, no nothing. And then the sandwich shop closed. And they initially asked me to go to this spot called Frozen Paradise. I'm the president of our chapter, Alpha Omega Sigma, shout out Almighty AOS. And I was like, nah, I ain't trying to do it. You know, we gotta watch out for our image, our brand. It's a hookah spot, yada yada yada. But eventually I was like, you know what, man, let's try it, see what happens. Man, we went there. First time was cool. Second time was better. Third time was a lot better. And then it was like one time, I can't remember this one time, man, but it was like I was on a whole another world. And
Planet.
it was some white man, it was like some white folks out there, they had their kids with them. They took the hey, this is how I knew I was in another zone. They took the kids home and they came back.
Now
Yo,
see
They,
that
that's
hey man,
what's up. That's
look, bro, they came back, man, and like every 30 minutes I was playing Lil Jon, LFMAO, shot, man. Like I think by 8:30 now, everybody was zooted by 8:30
right.
now you're saying 8:30.
p.m.
Okay.
PM.
So
Yo,
we start at 7 p.m. We start at 7 p.m. man, and by within an hour and a half, man, everybody was zooted. Everybody, man. It was crazy.
That's when you know it's just something you have that make people go, well, you know what? Especially if they went home
and
and
came
then
back.
came back.
Now we've talked about how certain people may have influenced you. Has anyone come up to you and said, "Yo, I used to watch you doing this party, doing that party, and it got me into DJing"? How did that make you feel?
Truthfully, man, I don't have a lot of people, man. Well, I don't think I have a lot of people that come up to me to tell me like, yo, I've inspired them to DJ.
Mhm.
It was one young cat, man. His sister actually introduced me to him. He has autism. And he just watched my lives, and I
Oh
still
wow.
gotta get him. Yeah, I gotta get him to come out to the house, man. The young cat, but he got autism, and so he likes DJing. He watched my videos. He goes live, asks for tips. He comes out to Frozen for First Fridays and watch me do my thing. So you have him. There's this one little kid, man, that's in the school system. When I go out and I DJ for the community, this kid finds me every time. It's like it's Miss Biggles, like, oh my gosh, I love you, and I like that right there, man. That's more inspirational than anything, man. My boy Bo is on here too, man. I think I inspire him all the time to be great because he's second place to me. I just want to say that publicly.
And see, I think if I'm correct, he was a little famous because I saw him on TV, a news clip of him dancing with
Right.
somebody.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Shout out to my boy, man. Southern Hospitality checked me one time, man. Yeah, definitely.
And we definitely want to give a shout out to our frat brother George Stewart and his son has autism, and we interviewed him a couple of months ago.
And that's
Very
one of the organizations try to support no matter what.
Right.
So it's many of them we support, but that's one of them that we definitely love to support. So.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. I got a kid, man, that I was his teacher about a few years ago, man, and I still actually look after that kid now. You know what I'm saying? I still look after him, man. Because it's needed and necessary, man. They can't always express themselves the way that we can. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to kind of watch them and pay attention to them, man. And so, I mean, he had a career now. You know what I'm saying? Up there playing or something like that, man. But it's my heart, man. Kids, people are my heart, man. But kids more specifically. You know what I'm saying? Like I just love kids, man. Definitely.
So, as you're doing several different things, is there one particular goal that you have put on yourself where you know, okay, I'm going to get to this point that you haven't reached just yet?
Man, look, this network, we're going to run a network, home of the unwarranted but necessary opinion, man. For black people, by black people. I'm black people. You know, the network, bro, like I really want this network to be something like on CBS, TBS, ABC, NBC, you know, so with black people just doing that thing, you know, whether it's informational, educational, encouragement, empowerment, all of those things, man. That's what I'm trying to do. I want this network, man, to be one of the biggest things for those of us, man, who have a voice, who may not ever have the opportunity to be in front of large platforms, you know what I'm saying? But whatever that small platform is, you know what I'm saying, that we can get in front of a few people just to tell somebody something that they hadn't heard before, show them something they've never seen before, give them something that they've never had before, then that's what I'm trying to do. And also, man, I'm recently launching a tutoring center, man, and so it's virtual now, but the goal is to have this learning center, man, for elementary, middle school, high school age kids, just so they can help out academically. And then with middle school to high school kids, having this thing where I help these kids who are artistic, not autistic, but artistic, they're into the arts, and those things, just to kind of get them out into different elements where they may not want to go to college, but they can go to trade schools, they can go to technical colleges, or they can just go right into the work for, or they can start their own businesses, man. I think a lot of our kids are forced to go to college to be something that they really don't want to be. And what I've learned is, man, that you can spend a lot of time in college wasting time, you know what I'm saying, and money, man, and being a whole lot of debt just to go pursue something that you don't want to do, man. But those two things in particular, man, first and foremost, Wiggles World Network, man, and then my learning center, man. I again, going back to the kids, you know what I'm saying, going back to the kids, this learning center is major. So if y'all out there, man, y'all got kids, man, that have trouble academically, you need to hit your boy up, man. happymediumlearning@gmail.com. happymediumlearning@gmail.com. Let's get these kids tutored, man.
I like that.
If you have any promotional stuff with logos and stuff, we would not mind promoting most of that. We don't care. Because our thing is same as you. We literally always just try to promote. I mean, we promote everybody, but if you just happen to be black, if you happen to be somebody who's successful and they want that platform, that's what we're here for. Because we always just try to turn around and give back. Because a lot of people don't.
Right.
And in these that community, that connection, that one step up could help somebody else go to the next level.
Right.
So, yeah,
definitely. So when I like you have something called the step-by-step. That's what you were speaking about, right? Step-by-step tutoring for all. I think something like that, the what you called it, is very, it's eye-catchy for one. And I think there should be more of it. I think there really should be more of it. Because again, like you said, there's a lot of kids who may not want to go to college. We didn't go immediately to college.
Right, because again, I mean, we literally used to always say to people, like, they would always come up to us, we see y'all in school. It's like, well, not to put it down, but we was like, school really ain't made for everybody.
Right.
But if that's
for sure,
then, so be it. I can give you some of the good points about school. So can you just elaborate a little bit more about your programs?
Okay, so with Happy Medium Learning Center, essentially, we're closing learning gaps, right? You know what I'm saying? We're helping to recenter, reshape these academic principles, because a lot of times people kind of lose sight of why we're learning. You know what I'm saying? And they focus on what we're learning, but not necessarily why we're learning. And then transitioning kids into these these different career paths. You know what I'm saying? Because the kids who are in school now, they're different from us. You know what I'm saying? They're
Right.
different from the people before us. So I call them next level learners. And so why is step by step? You have kids who need individualized educational plans. They have progress monitoring. They have learning accommodations. They have modification. And so what you have to do is you have to figure out these kids. Let's say reading is one of the biggest issues in school, and especially in the Black community.
Right.
Reading comprehension specifically. And so let's take, for example, man, I got a student in fourth grade. He's struggling with letter recognition, letter sound recognition. And so if he can't recognize B's and D's and he can't sound out, words, how is this kid gonna take these tests that they have before
Right. That's a
without somebody reading it to him? You understand what I'm saying? And so it's just from reading alone, man, is making sure that they can recognize a letter, making sure that they can recognize the sounds of a letter. They can be able to put these two letters together. You understand what I'm saying? They call them CVC words: consonant, vowel, consonant. They can rhyme the words together. They can recognize. I told my student today, look, you're saying these words all the time. You just don't know what you're saying when you look at them.
right.
But once you get comfortable with looking at these words and these words will defeat you. Same thing with math. If you can't add, you're probably not gonna be able to subtract. And if you can't add and subtract, you're definitely not gonna be able to multiply. And if you can't
Right.
multiply, division is not happening. And if you don't know how to work whole numbers, how you gonna work with fractions and decimals and percentages? So it's taking them step by step from the beginning to the end. And they got this new math now, you know what I'm saying? Where they show you different ways to multiply, different ways to
Right.
divide. And at first, I don't want to say against it, but because I didn't know it. But once I let somebody show me how to do it one time, I was like, oh, this is it. You know what I'm saying? Teaching kids the difference between the standard form of a number and the expanded form of a number. I mean, I've learned today that a lot of our kids don't know how to read numbers like 9,455,621. They don't know how to read these numbers. And so that's what I'm just trying to get these kids to see. I call it happy medium specifically because most parents feel like their kids or their students don't get what they need in public school settings. And those
Mhm.
same parents can't afford private schools. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Where you would get some of the best help. So, I mean, shoot, why not get me? I'm a special education teacher. And I got a team of people that I know who would love to be a part of this thing where they can help these students. So it's like a happy medium. It ain't public, it ain't private either, but we're gonna meet you in the middle. You know what I'm saying? And so it ain't
I just
all
have.
day. Eventually, go ahead, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue. I'll wait till you're done. Go ahead.
Oh, well, no. I mean, so again, right now, essentially, we're doing tutoring now, virtual. Then the goal is to be able to go in person once COVID is out of the way, get a building, do after school, and then after that, we're gonna have this full thing, man. Where I'm gonna try to convince these parents to sign them up for like a online school or a home school, and while you at work, bring them to the Happy Medium Learning Center, where it's almost like a full daycare. You understand what I'm saying? And for kids of all ages, where you're gonna have teachers in place teaching these kids how to do this thing. You understand what I'm saying?
You know,
So it's three phases.
no, I'm just going to say, like, how do you get, because most students don't, it's like you got to have a teacher or someone instructed to be more comfortable.
Yeah. How are you
Right.
connecting with
Yeah.
them? Because what you're saying is brilliant. I mean, we need more of that. How do you connect with them so that they know that you are available or that you have services that literally can teach them? Like, how do you connect with a student or even a parent to get their student where you are?
Bro, it's a personality, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that high energy. You know what I'm saying? And I take my same personality everywhere. So I'm in the classes and the kids like they think that I'm the coolest person in the school. You know what I'm saying? So everybody want to be with Mr. Searles. You know what I'm saying? And so they come there. I'm making learning fun. I'm not playing games. You know what I'm saying? Like that a whole lot. I give them some of that learning games, but I'm telling them how important it is. I'm not rewarding them before they get a problem. They got to do the problem. You got to do the work, and then they get the rewards, and then I give them those breaks. They get the buy-in, man. You know what I'm saying? They buy into me, and it's
Mhm.
not always about, oh, I love you, and I'm here for you, and I got your back. Like, no, you come here to do work. I'm not playing with you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, call
Right.
you go. If I call your mom and I call your daddy, I'm not playing this. Like, I need you to do. No. Listen, what I'm doing is what I need you to do at the house. we need to be doing the same thing. So they understand that they can't come to home and tell you one thing and be one way at home, and they think they can do that same thing here at school. So
Definitely.
you have that buy-in, and then I DJ when we were having parties at the school. I was DJing for my school, DJing in the community. And so when the kids see me DJing, the parents see me DJing, and they realize I'm a teacher, and I work at the parent drop off and pick up, so they all they see is me everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the classroom, I'm in the hallway, I'm there at the cars, I'm meeting them every morning, seeing them off every afternoon, and I'm DJing. You understand what I'm saying? So you have that, and then I have family, you know what I'm saying, that has this buy-in as well. And so they're sharing the information or they're trying it out first. You get what I'm saying? So it's like a whole comfort level of what's going to happen. And so Monday coming up is going to be my first time. Well, not my first time, but the first time officially. Because I've been tutoring before, but it was my first time actually putting it out there like that. And I was just having a conversation, you know what I'm saying, with someone. And before you know it, man,
Came to
the
fruition.
stuff look, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't put that flyer together. You know what I'm talking about? But it's all about being interconnected. You got to have the ability to tap into these kids' interpersonal skills.
Right
You
there.
know what I'm saying?
Right
And
there.
We
th-
we,
th-
we got to interview again because this is
Like you, I can't even put it into words. It's like, can we get can the world of teachers, instructors, can we create another you about 5,000 times more?
right because the
Really?
brother that we mentioned earlier, he's a teacher, and it's like we need more black males to literally teach our young kings coming up. And it's like it's I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, but it's just like it's very rare that we find good black male teachers so that people can kind of say, oh, he's a teacher, I can relate to that, I might want to do that when I grow up, you know, that kind of vibe.
But
yeah.
a lot of them in 5A signal.
Right, most definitely.
Shout out to the bros, man.
So, yeah, so but you know, it's this is very interesting, and we would love to talk a little bit more about whatever it is you got going on again. We definitely want to start promoting more of the stuff that you got, so that way we
Yeah.
know it. It may be in the area and state that you are, but you never know. We might come across other people that says, "Okay, I do that here." The more we have seeing it, touching the green, boom, bam, it happens.
You know, I find it interesting because I wanted to see, because the person said that they would crash it, and I wanted to know, one, is it okay or cool if Bo comes in on this interview as well for a few minutes? Is that cool with you?
Absolutely, man. Heck yeah.
Okay.
If he on, man, let him come on, man.
Send him an invite, Wiggles.
All right. Let me.
Because he said he was going to crash, and
Right.
we just like, you know, we're like, hey,
Look, hey, Bo, if you still on, man, like comment, man. Cause I think what has to happen is I think I had to get off and he had to get on. I don't know if IG or that all three of us be on.
Let
I'm
me
not
let
even
me let me see if I can ask. Hold on one second.
Yeah. Hey, why they doing that? What's happening, man? That's your boy Wooks. You already know what time it is. Mister, you already know what time it is, you know. AKA Mr. Dun Dun Dun. That's old school right there, man. Shout out, represent for all my educators out there, man. Big up to everybody that's checking in, man, to the the Wiggles World Network family, man. Phi Beta Sigma Zeta Phi Beta, man. Shout out to everybody from Hinesville. My cousins checking in one time. Shout out to, who else on here, man? Black men are dope. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the dope black men, man.
I like it.
Ha-
Is that? Let me see that shirt again. Black men. Oh, all right, dope. That I like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
it's
Yeah, man.
it,
Shout out.
we're all about positive energy, and we're noticing that that's seems like that's all you throwing out in the atmosphere. Like when you throw out energy, good energy.
Right.
That's it, man. And you know, I ain't trying to get on television for like doing handshakes and high fives and those things like that. I mean, bro, I'm just trying to get these kids to. Well, again, I sent y'all everything, man. So again, when I DJ, man, I'm just trying to make sure that people have a good time when they come out. You never know what somebody is going through. You never know what happened, man. So when they see you, when they hear you, or they get into the event, man, whether they sober or they tipsy or whatever,
Right.
just making sure that they have a good time, man, so that they don't do something crazy. You know what I'm saying? When they
Right.
get back to the house or they ride back home. As an educator, man, I'm trying to learn as much as I can. Shout out to my co-teacher. I know they ain't watching this, but still, shout out to them, man, because they've been in education for a long time. And where they fall short, I pick up. And where I fall short, they pick up, man. So shout out to them. Even being, co-owner with both Southern Hospitality, man. Again, it's the same goal, man. Same mission, just to try to make sure that people having a good time, man. You know, people say it's partying all the time, but that really ain't the whole goal of it, man. We just trying to celebrate life. That's
Right.
it. We're trying to celebrate life, man. We're trying to see each other as much as we can, do as much as we can for as long as we can. Sometimes
Mhm.
for a cost. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes for a cost. But
The-
with that, and then go ahead.
no, go ahead. I was gonna say
Uh,
something.
and with the Happy Medium Learning Center and the Tutoring Center, man. Again, it's just about honestly, it's about independence and freedom. You know what I'm saying? Because as much as I love educating kids and I love teaching and I love working with parents, man, I don't necessarily want to be in the school system. You know what I'm saying? Because truthfully, if I can be a tutor and I can fill up my roster, I probably make more money tutoring. You know what I'm saying? Like doing 2 hours worth of tutoring, and I ain't got to go spend 8 hours in the classroom. And I can actually teach how I want to teach, say what I want to say, do it how I want to do it, man, and be all right. You know what I'm saying? So that's all about freedom. It's all about independence. And it's all about just giving kids and families, man, the inspiration that they have. That and being able to connect with other educators and counselors and or social workers or, whomever, man, just to get us all in the same facility.
Hmm.
Helping these kids out because they need it. Um, I mean, shoot, bro. Like, and with the network, again, just having a space and an opportunity, man, for people to be able to put on their show. When I started, man, I had 12 different shows. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? And over time, different people got busy, but I mean, essentially, man, I had a church. I had a church. I had a show for church folks. I had a show for gay folks. I had a show for all women. I had a show for all men. I had a show just for entertainers. I had a show that was just for me. You know what I'm saying? And so now I just do a live with your boy Wiggles, man, where I'm interviewing different folks. Y'all gonna be on the next season, man. Season 5. Y'all gonna be on season 5. But that's it. Wiggles Run Network started with me and two other my homies, man. A show called The Black Male Perspective, and it was a spinoff of The View. Whoopi Goldberg and the rest of those
Wow,
ladies, man.
that's
See,
good.
and we've
That's
been talking
good.
about stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
sidebar. So, where can we get the shirt from? How can we
Oh,
purchase it?
hey, I get it for you, man. As soon as the show is over, man, DM me, man.
The
I
sh-
get it to you.
Well,
No,
no,
no, no,
no,
no,
no,
Without a
no.
doubt.
we never do that.
We're gonna
We're gonna
buy the shirt.
purchase it. Period.
You can purchase it. You can purchase it, but as soon as the show, over, man, I got you, man. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I got you, definitely, man. Anybody
Yeah.
else that want a shirt, man, DM me. I got you. Black men are dope, man. If you married to a black man, you dating a black man, you know a black man, he ain't got the shirt, man. Hit me up with a DM, and we gonna make sure you get it.
I got a few questions. It's like you fill in the blank, nothing crazy, but I'm gonna say the statement and you just fill it in. All right.
Let's go.
I could never have predicted.
That I wouldn't be a millionaire at this age.
Wow.
Okay.
And a lot of people can't even say that.
Right.
Yeah, I thought for sure I'd be a millionaire.
But we we yeah. I
I
guess they
want.
say if you keep speaking it, sooner or
It's
later it's
gonna
going to
come.
come to fruition. The
Definitely.
For
the next
sure.
question. The key to happiness is
Self love.
yeah.
So that's a dope, quick
That's
answer. It hits right to the point.
right.
You will never regret.
Being me.
That's it.
Boom.
Pow. Okay. But you might wish you had.
Moved a little quicker.
You know, believe me, I get it. It's like sometimes, like I said before, we didn't jump into college like everybody else. We kind of wanted to
Figure it out.
but I just think sometimes
It's
I
not.
look
We always say it's not really in our time. It just kind of
right.
falls
Yeah,
in
for
places.
sure. It's some stuff, man. I'm like, oh, I should have hopped on it quicker, man.
All right. The biggest risk I ever took was
ah, going on my first cruise, 2018.
oh wow.
Hmm.
Isn't that with Bo?
Yep, that was the biggest risk, man. And it's real simple, man. I had never gone on a cruise before. I had a few opportunities, um, and it wasn't the. I guess you could say it wasn't the best option at the time to do it, but I was like, it was, me being me having that self love, man, and just wanted to do. I wanted to get over the fear for one, and then two, I just didn't want to keep telling myself no. You know what I'm saying? So that should have been my answer right there, man. I never regret telling myself yes. But yeah, so that was the biggest risk because it could have changed the game in a lot of different ways. You know what I mean? But it was definitely for the better though.
All right. Never be impressed by
Women,
good one. Good one.
yeah,
You in trouble.
yeah,
I'm gonna say on
Yeah,
that.
one on.
nah. I mean, if it was opposite, I would tell women never to be impressed by men. I used to say this when I was younger, man. Yeah, like what one person, you hear the cliche, what one person won't do, somebody else will. But I like to tell people, man, just because a person, let's say, cooks or cleans or whatever it is, they do that junk like now.
Right.
Somebody else can do it too, so don't be so quick to just jump in with somebody just because, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So it ain't a shot at, it ain't a shot with my love women. You know what I'm saying? For sure. So it ain't a shot, but that was just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess you could say never just be impressed with the opposite sex, man. Like, it throws you off a lot. It throws you off, bro.
One almost had me go broke, but okay, that's a whole nother story.
Anyway, and the last one is, I hope people will remember me most for.
My love.
And you know what? It's funny because you can see it in the DJing,
The
in the
teaching,
teaching, your businesses,
the connections,
and the people you're around.
right?
It showcases it.
Yeah.
Like I always
Yeah.
said, energy connects with good energy, and it's like undoubtable. It's just like, is that a word, undoubtable? But
I think
yeah,
Yeah, it is.
it's gonna be. But it's like you literally can almost feel it. It's like you just know when a good energy matches with another good energy. It's like it goes without saying. It is.
And I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Right before we do interviews, it's just me. It's almost like when a person performs, I get nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I get nervous is because whoever we're interviewing,
Mm-hmm.
I look at it like, not to, it's like you're this, just, you're somebody important.
Right.
And I want you to take away positivity when it comes to our interview. So if things are not going right 5 seconds before that interview, it's almost like when let's say like a Michael Jackson. Well, he ain't performing no more.
It's sort of like we kind of go
right.
One. We do, but I'm saying nice things.
Right.
It was IG's fault, but we kind of go at like, dude, I ain't got nothing to do with that, and then we just start to beef. And so right before things kind of fall into place, and you like, oh, y'all was beefing before all this? Yeah, basically. So,
man,
no, go ahead.
I mean, I feel you, man. Like, I actually sent that out to a couple, like, yo, man, they got blocked, they can't even get on, right? But I was laughing, right? I was laughing so hard. I mean, because you see, I'm like, well, shoot, bro, like, I'll go live, but y'all just hop on, you say interview me. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I see it as interconnectedness. You know what I'm saying? We're working together. You get what I'm saying, man? And so it ain't just about, though you guys were interviewing me and it was me talking, it's still your platform. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, I just want to make sure that I can do whatever it is that I can do to make sure that we get y'all out there. You get what I'm saying? And so that's essentially it, man, because when you talk about energy, like, I'm not a good person per se. You know what I'm saying? I realize what I'm saying. I'm not a good person per se, man. But I try to do my best at everything. You know what I'm saying? Or I try to. I consider people a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I wish we had a lot more time. But like you said, the next interview, man, we'll get more into meet a person. But I don't always do right. You know what I'm saying? And I don't always want to do right, truthfully. You know what I'm saying? But I consider people a lot, man. I think about people's well-being. I think about their emotional ability or stability or whatever. Man, I'm like an empath, so to speak. So people don't see, man, that like it's a lot of junk that I go through. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of inner turmoil that I have. So doing this was like, shoot, bro, like I don't know what's gonna happen. They ain't sent me no questions. I ain't asked for no questions, you know. But I'm like, yo, man, let's do what we need to do to make sure this is actually gonna go off, right? Because there's something that you may say, something that I may say, something that you may ask and I answer. That it would just again encourage somebody, man. Like I said, we got educators on here, man, counselors on here, and maybe they like, you know what, man, forget it. I can't do this virtual thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't deal with this, whatever this is. And so we might have just said something like, you know what, man, that's a dope idea. Let me hit him up. Let me see how I can work with him on this virtual thing. You know what I'm saying? I might give me a little extra income just in case he can't handle all of the kids coming in. So now I can do this. Or let me see how I can help him with the network or yada, 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 whatever. And so just always be, for me, it's always about being able to turn any bad moment into a good moment. You know what I'm saying? So again, I think about people. That's why I say I think about people, man. And so I went in my feelings like, oh man, we're gonna have to reschedule, or oh man, what's happening? I'm like, nah, let me see what we gotta do to make sure that we can get y'all on because it's y'all brand. Not, you know what I'm saying?
And you know what we do is when we prior to we don't ever look. If you notice, we didn't send questions. We never do.
Right.
What we do is we just like to have conversations because, as we stated in the early part of the interview, it's more like a conversation. We feel like everybody has a story to tell. Everybody has an interesting story to tell. Now, most people might not think their story is interesting, but when they start talking, and it's like, oh, you did that, or oh, you did this, you're doing this, and
it's
just listening.
It's like we kicking it. That's how we do on our radio show. It's just like, yo, it's. I mean, because most people get nervous when they say, "Oh, y'all got questions," and we don't like to give them that vibe. Like, yeah, we about to let me see the questions. And no, we just it's just we can kind of talk to you on your level. You explain how things go in your world, et cetera,
and not to mention, we went through your social media.
Right.
And I said, this man got energy.
Right.
It's like we had to bring.
Because it's like there are times when I got the energy because he'll tell you quick, like, I don't care. I spaz on front of the camera, on the radio, like I'm just me. He saw, sometimes he might be, or sometimes I might be. But when we go through, I was like, yo, Jay, we got to be on our P's and Q's today because we can't be just like, yo,
this is wiggle.
So, blah, blah, blah.
Hey, look, I hope somebody's screenshot these pictures, man, because I did a whole lot of laughing, man. Y'all got me feeling real good. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I get those private flowers, man, but to get those public flowers, man, to make me feel good for being who I am, man. I appreciate my brothers doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and truthfully, this is only maybe like my second interview, maybe second, third interview.
Really?
I think.
Really?
Truthfully.
Wow.
Yeah.
You didn't have several.
Like more than hundreds. It's like you don't carry yourself like, how can I put it? You see, to me, you come off very professional.
Right.
But you
without
have,
not
appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so it's like, and he's the one that works the board, so he's more so behind the scenes most of the time. So it's like, yo, dude, stop with the whole professional stuff. We can deal with it. That's fine. But sometimes yo. So yeah.
So
yeah, without a doubt, man.
Right.
So if anybody wanted to get in contact with you for DJing, for tutoring, all of that, how do they get in contact with you? Right.
Look, I'm gonna make it simple, man. My people that's watching, man, I need y'all to put this in the comment section. Shout out to my cousin. She put happymediumlearning@gmail.com in there earlier. But the quickest way to get in contact with me, man, everything is It's Your Boy Wiggles. Facebook, It's Your Boy Wiggles. Twitter, It's Your Boy Wiggles. IG, It's Your Boy Wiggles. Snapchat, It's Your Boy Wiggles. I'm on TikTok now, man. It was It's Your Boy Wiggles, and I messed around and changed it to Wiggles the Teacher, but you can still probably go to TikTok and follow It's Your Boy Wiggles, and we can go from there. But the tutoring is happymediumlearning@gmail.com. That's the email. We don't got a website for it yet, but that's it. Everything is It's Your Boy Wiggles, man. I learned that in order to get the easiest traction, man, is just to keep it really simple, man. You know what I'm saying? To keep it really simple. So everything is It's Your Boy Wiggles. DJing, teaching, chopping it up or whatever, it's all It's Your Boy Wiggles, man. It's what my email, It's Your Boy Wiggles@gmail.com. You know, it's just that simple, man.
Thank
Okay,
you. Because
cool.
most people make it like John Doe at whatever TikTok,
And then
Facebook,
and
and
it's
it's like,
like
come
people
on.
don't believe in consistency.
Right.
So yeah,
I had to get there. I had to get there, man, because I was doing so many things, man, and
Mhm.
I always quote my homie, man, when I was starting in radio. He was like, "Wiggles is a brand," and some people thought it was kind of corny, you know what I'm saying? But the hood dudes, man, I told somebody the other day, I'm like, man, you know, a lot of dudes might not want to say it, but they all call me Wiggles or they call me Wigs or whatever. The ones that even when they know my real name, they still call me Wiggles, but it's literally the brand. And so I gotta honor the brand. You know what I'm saying? I gotta honor the brand. I took enough time, you know, solidifying Wiggles. So why not use it? You know what I'm saying? To my advantage. You know what I'm saying? Why not use it to my advantage, man, and stop trying to have all these different aliases.
And to be honest
You
with
know
you,
what I'm saying?
the name Wiggles alone stands out. That's
right
what made it interesting
and
to
different.
us. It's like,
Right,
okay, that's different. That's
right.
different.
Yeah.
And just as you said, you thought it was weird, or like when you first came, when it was brought to you, us, it was the same way. It was like, that's corny. I don't want that name. But
Right,
it kind of just stuck, and
right.
that was the brand.
Then I had to kind of like give it a hood little snag to it. So I go to
So,
it,
so hold on. Let me watch this. Watch this. Let's switch it up real quick. Hey guys, we passed time, right? We passed that time, but I'm gonna tell you something real quick. Welcome to Wiggles Road Network, home with the unwarranted for that series. Man, this your boy Wiggles, man. You already know what time it is. We got the Radio Twins checking in one time. I got a couple questions for y'all. Since I got my folks on here watching y'all, I got a couple questions for y'all. Let's do
cool.
this thing real quick.
Okay.
Who was the first person out of you two to fall in love with radio?
Wow.
I was looking at it from a business aspect because we didn't get we got a record contract
Him.
before,
Him.
and I was like, yo, the record contract thing didn't work out the way that we wanted with the company.
Right.
So I was like, yo, we got to find another way to get in, and it was radio.
And
So,
he brought it up.
right. So it was a more so of a business situation for me. I was thinking because I'm a business major, so I was like, yo, I was thinking about the business. So
And I thought
guess,
he was crazy the whole time. And I
yeah,
was like, I don't want,
right,
you know,
right.
I was thinking like, you know, history
Why?
or something. I'm like, why? But then he kind of got me into thinking more this would work later down the line. And
Right.
I never, ever thought what we're doing now is what we would be doing then. I never thought of it then. I never thought what we would be doing now then.
Right.
So yeah, he was the first one.
All right. So, aside from or apart from my interview, what's been one of your dopest interviews that you guys had?
Wow.
And I'm not, well, for me, I'm not saying this just because, but like, I believe we learned something from every interview.
Right.
And like all the interviews we've ever done, they've all been like really dope.
Right.
But I think if one really had to come out, it would be where we interviewed the one cat from, it was the group that was interviewed with, what's his name? Christian was the group.
Oh, yeah.
Jay-Z label. And he was telling us some inside stuff about what happened when this record was recorded and how, you know, Rockefeller was going on. We was just like, yo, that was pretty dope because everybody know I'm a big Jay-Z fan, Rockefeller, everything, State Prop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Rock boys in the building.
I would say there are a handful of people, like you said, we learned a lot from people. If we laugh the majority of interviews,
Yeah,
it's good. It's a good thing. I have to say her name, Wendy McIntyre.
Yeah, that's Zeta.
She's a
What's
Zeta.
up? Shout out to Wendy.
I mean, pretty much everybody we've interviewed,
Right.
We've had laughs. So to us, the best interviews are where they're not so
suit and tie. It's just like, yo, we always got to get the business out the way when we do our interviews. But if we ain't like geeking and spazzing out and laughing, then it's not a good interview.
Right.
So yeah.
Here's a funny question right here, man. Who chose the outfit for the day?
So here's how we with the brand we stick with, since we're twins, we stick with wearing the same thing.
Right.
So with this particular one, it was funny because these of course are Oriole jerseys, Baltimore
Right.
Orioles, and their colors are orange and black. And I wanted to wear the black one with orange, and he wanted to wear these
because it pops on the camera.
So then I compromised and I said, okay, fine, I'll wear this, but I want to wear a black t-shirt. Right? He was like, no, I'm not budging. I want to wear an orange one. And this went on for 2 days.
Yeah, two days. And then today it was more so like, yo, dude, you wear the black one, I'm gonna wear the orange undershirt with it. I don't care. I'm gonna do what I do.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, all right, whatever. And he, without even saying it, he was like, he came over to my side and was like,
Right.
yo, I'll just rock the orange one just like you. So we have those moments where I'm like, dude, because sometimes, you know, we even want to go on interviews and literally not have to wear the same thing, but then people who said that.
I just got to give a quick shout out to Black Twins #2, Cynthia and Sylvia.
Those are aunts
right there. And they usually always say, why do y'all go out and don't have the same thing over?
Right, they give us
shout out to them. Hey, because the outfits is dope. When I see y'all jump on, I'm like, oh, these boys is really doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, which leads me to, like, I got 3 more questions. It leads me to this question right here. Which of you is the oldest?
That would be me.
He'll remind me.
I figured as such because you seem more flat-footed and firm. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, me. Then 5 minutes after me, my brother.
And 5 minutes after me, my sister.
It was 7 minutes after him was my sister.
So y'all triplets.
Yep.
Right.
And people were like,
wow.
Yeah, yeah. So
crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
Right. So what does your sister do?
Well, she lives in Pittsburgh, and right now, you know, so she's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, man, that would have been now. What would y'all name yourself if she was into radio too?
Oh gosh,
wow.
I don't even know. So yeah, it would be different.
So last thing, man, I'm gonna do y'all like y'all did me. I'm gonna take off of your idea. I'm gonna say a little saying and y'all just finish it. What you said, nothing crazy, but let's just do it. All right, here we go. If I could sit in a room with anybody, I would sit with.
Wow. That's a hard question, but can it be?
It don't matter who. It don't matter. It could be whoever. It don't matter.
Wow.
And it can be multiple people. It could be multiple people.
Let me tell you, Jesus, Martin, Malcolm,
and
Medgar. But see, there's wow.
I would love to sit in a room with Jay-Z because I'm a business person, so I would love to pick his brain. Probably Oprah,
Babyface,
Russell Simmons,
Jam and Lewis.
At least 2 or 3 people from Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, on relationship-wise, I'd love to meet Janet Jackson and A. Marie.
It's just one thing. Control.
I would love to.
And he has, and we have sat like, oh my gosh.
Let me tell you this quick story.
Right.
Go ahead. I'm on your time. I'm good.
Okay. We work at the radio station. And one day, when we were hired, you know, they always ask you, you don't flip out or fan out or whatever. And we was like, good. I said, but you're going to have a problem if Mary J ever comes in this building.
Right. Maybe a year to it.
In a year to
I get a call from my job. Like, I'm at work. So he was like, yo, MJB going to be in the building. Oh, for real? All right. Call my boss. I was like, yo, I'm leaving half day. And she was like, why? And I told her. She was like, you in radio? You so quiet here. Right. But I get there. He's sitting in the lounge. He did not move for an hour, and it took me an hour to get there.
Right. Now, mind you, at this time, she was still married to who she was married to at that point.
Right.
And, of course, he was cool then. And her brother and her husband at the time were sitting at another table. And at this point, he came in, and he sat across from me. So we just sitting there. I'm just waiting to see her.
And they asked. They was like, hold up. Y'all look like twins.
And my brother did the most embarrassing thing to me
because
that anybody could ever do.
I think off the top. We had talked with them for about a good 30, 40 minutes.
And he was really intrigued that he was like, wow, twins. But here's the embarrassing part. It really wasn't embarrassing. At the time it was, but it wasn't. I
said, yo, sir, no disrespect. I know you married to Mary J. Blige. He was like, okay. and he was trying to figure out where it was going.
Right.
I was like, but he's her first husband.
And all I could do was just
laugh.
drop my head.
I mean, and her brother laughed. Like, they was just like, yo, he was like, yo, that's some cool stuff. Like, yo, for real, for real. So before you knew it, he went in the back to go get her and let her know. But she was like, I'm still in the back recording interviews with people.
So once she was finished, she came out. And the first thing she said, now mind you, at this point, it's about 20 other people waiting to take pictures with her.
Mm-hmm.
She says to her husband, so, Keanu was his name?
Yeah.
Where's my second husband? I just dropped.
Yo, it was like, bro.
Fanfare.
Oh, and when we took pictures, she
literally pulled us to the side.
She said, which one are you, my husband? And my brother said him, and she grabbed me and closer.
Like literally gripped him real tight and pulled him in, like, and he was just like, yo, he didn't know what else to do.
I probably would have died at that point.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, look, so how can my folks who tuned into this show, man, how can it's in the backdrop, man, but how can they follow you, man, and check y'all boys out?
Okay, they can always go to our Instagram, which is Radio Twins at Instagram, Radio Twins at TikTok, Radio Twins on Twitch, LinkedIn.
I forget where else.
And we also have a fan page on Facebook, but we have separate pages. In that one page that it's not a fan page, but it's John's CJ.
They forced us to change it back to a regular name.
Right.
So, yeah.
I know, because I was looking for it, man. I was trying to tag y'all on Facebook, and I saw that one, so I ended up tagging it in my post on Facebook. Cool.
And if they ever want to go to find out what we're doing, what articles we post, they can always go to our website, which is
www.TheRaydioTwins.com, TheRaydioTwins.com.
I'm JJ, the Radio Twins.
Right. So,
hey, man, hey, I love that, man. They looking super. Hey, look, man. What I like so much is man, like the synchronization of you guys. Like it's like the true definition of we can finish each other's sentences. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like, you ever heard a song when one rapper is going into the next rapper pick up, and then you keep going back and forth, like the Eminem and Dre. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z and Kanye. Like, you don't vibe like that, man. And so.
He's trying to get me to do that.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, we just need to finish our sentence, especially in the rhyme, and
right.
And I would always, even one of the songs we did a long time ago called Twins, it's an acronym, but technically I was trying to get him into it, and he was like, yo, I'm not feeling it. I was like, okay, whatever, I'll do the first two verses, you do the last. He's like, nah. I'm like, dude, we got to get you in here somewhere. So he ended up doing the middle verse.
Right. And
hey, that's dope, man.
Yeah, and I think it made me think that the other person that I would love to be in a room with to see what's going on upstairs is Tupac, because that's like one of my idols when it comes to poetry, hip hop, all of that is Tupac.
Right. You know, I would love to talk to Lauryn Hill, man.
Me too.
Yeah,
she's definitely.
I still rock. Right. Sorry, I still rock.
I would, because I heard a verse on Nas's album.
And I'm sorry, like I'm a big Nas fan, but one of the ladies that I knew was just like, how you just not going to listen to the whole CD? I'm sorry, I'm still bobbing off that track with Lauryn.
Right.
Love it.
It's people like her, man, that make me question, like, man, what really happened to make you put out such an incredible body of work?
Right.
And you just go ghost. You know what I'm saying? Like, and of course, you hear, I guess you read blogs, you hear rumors, so on and so forth, man, and it makes me think about people who are really jewels and gems in the world, people that we know and people that we see, you know what I'm saying, how they can really have the it factor and have the thing, but life, people can really suck it all out of you, man, and you just like, forget it. I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do none of this stuff. You like Andre 3000, I would definitely have to talk to Drake.
Outkast is his thing. I was like, yo, what? I didn't understand. I was like, what do you see in Outkast? And like, this dude literally had, and I was like, well, let me get a chance to listen to it. He would never let me listen. So I had to purchase it myself.
And you know, listening to you as we were interviewing you, I think I feel like there's something like that in Wiggles. And the reason why I say that is because your program catches me. Like,
Right.
I can't get out of my mind at this point, my head, the name of your company. That's
Right.
the first thing. And then the name of your tutoring company. Because to me, that says a lot about you and how you treat people and how you teach people.
Right.
And it sticks with me.
Now, we have this saying that we when we end the show every week. He says his piece. Go ahead and say it.
I say, love your loved ones today because tomorrow is never promised.
And I always say, one love, one life. You only get one chance. Let's make it right, people. And it's like, if you walk with that every day, because people used to always ask us, why do y'all say just that? Because that right there is like the biggest thing anybody can say to anybody. You only get one life. So you might as well live it the way you want. Not too crazy within the means of the law.
Right.
But
Right.
no, you just want to walk it the way you walk it, because nobody can walk your life the way they walk theirs for you.
Absolutely.
So,
And that's like, and I end my show, man, like this. I've been doing it when I was on college radio, independent radio, when I was just doing just Christian podcasts or work or whatever. And even I bring it to the network. Do somebody good, somebody will do you good. Keep God first, never last. It's your boy Wiggles and we out. Like, that's...
You know what?
that's deep.
I like that. And I got a question. Since
Go ahead, let's go. Look, I got time. What's happening? what we talking about here? Everybody, they still rocking with us. I'm rocking with y'all. I got time. What we doing?
you said Christian. It makes me. I was thinking, do you find it difficult to? Because we all love hip hop. We all love gospel. Because we were told once, you can't. You can't be listening. You can't listen to this kind of music and still love God.
Right.
Do you find that it's when you DJ? Well, you already know what crowds you're going to when you DJ for whatever kind of DJ. But do you feel like if you listen to Nas, you can't be into God?
Bro, let me be very candid with you without being very direct and specific. There are things that I do that are far worse, I guess you could say, than going to listening to music. You get what I'm saying? But what this is what I find, man, and this is what I've been telling people ever since I did it. Like, I've read the Bible cover to cover. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you read Ecclesiastes and listen to what Brother Solomon is saying, man, you begin to understand, man, that the things that we're trying to do, the things that we're trying to accomplish, the things that we're trying to accumulate, the places that we're trying to go, the money that we're trying to make, the families that we're trying to have, all of this stuff, bro, at the end of the day, we really don't know what's going to come of it. You understand? And we're stressing over stuff that we can't change. We're stressing over stuff that we have no control over. The best control is self-control. You know what I'm saying? Which a lot of us suck at that. You know what I'm saying? But to your question though, you know what I'm saying? There's a verse in the Bible that says, love covers a multitude of sin. So whether that's God's love for us covering our sin or our love for ourselves or somebody else that covers our sin, it's all about love. It's exactly what you said. It's all about love. And there's another place, man, that says, John says, I write this for you so that you don't sin. But if you do sin, you have an advocate with the Father, Jesus the Christ, who is the propitiation for your sins. So even when I am way off course and off kilter, and I know that I'm not worthy of whatever the Bible says, that, you know what I'm saying, our heart condemns us, but God is greater than our heart. It's verses like that doesn't, make me feel okay with messing up or doing wrong or whatever. Like, it's not that, you know what I'm saying? But it reminds me that I can never get too far away to where I can't be like, God, like, am I really off? You know what I'm saying? Or like, God, I'm having trouble with this, or God, like, I want to make this choice or this decision, but I think it's gonna do X, Y, and Z. I don't really care about what people think and what they feel, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really, I think, the biggest thing that holds a lot of us back, man. We are afraid of what people who are Christians will say. You know what I'm saying? And
Dude,
so,
brother, you just said a word.
You just preached the word, buddy.
I'm opening my church next year too. Since we're gonna, I'm playing. Young justified Christians, we still here, baby. Still young, still justified, still in Christ. Ain't nothing changed. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Cash app your boy. It's your boy Wiggles, man. I just preached. You understand what I'm saying? Like, for real, man. And man, I love God. I love Christ. I love God's people. I love God's word. You know what I'm saying? But again, I say Trey is my real name. Trey Wiggles. I am not always right. Again, I say I don't always want to do right, man. You understand what I'm saying? But again, it's the fear of being judged by what I do and what I don't do and what I won't do. You know what I'm saying? Or the fear of what happens if I do X, Y, and Z, so on and so forth. And people can mystify, or I consider it like the witchcraft. People make you feel like, God gonna do this, that, and the third if you do X, Y, and Z. But the Bible tells you perfect love casts out fear. Fear has to do with punishment. God ain't trying to deal with nobody that's only worshiping him because they're afraid of going to hell. It don't work like that, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if we're only believing in God or Christ because we fear going to hell or we fear dying, we're not Christians at all. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we don't really believe, man. People got to really read that thing, man. But that ain't why y'all call me on here. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I want to educate our people. That's why I want to educate our kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I want them to know who they are, have confidence in who they are, and be bold in that and walk in that and realize that it could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to be conscious enough to accept redirection. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? You got to be conscious enough, man, to accept redirection, to get back on the right path. If you're on the wrong path, man, and sometimes you just got to walk that thing out until you hit a dead end. Like, God dang, it really is wrong. You get what I'm saying? But that
it's one thing that we wanted to do because this was a good one. This was a great interview. I wouldn't even say a great interview, a great conversation. My hat's off to you. Much respect.
if I had a haircut, I'd do the same thing, man.
Honest, because I look up like, yo, dude, why you take your hat off? I ain't even got a fresh dude. So I'm like, yo, really? So yeah,
Hey, but I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Most definitely.
I appreciate it.
Again, if people wanted to get in contact with you, how would they do it?
Right.
Everything is It's Your Boy Wiggles, man. Everything is It's Your Boy Wiggles. If y'all want to support anything that you heard, man, the Wiggles Tutoring Center, Happy Medium Learning Center, the Wiggles World Network, even me DJing, man, you know what I'm saying? Everything is It's Your Boy Wiggles. ITSYABOYGGLES, man. Same thing for the Cash App too. No, man, but again, man, bros, I appreciate y'all, man. I really do appreciate y'all, man. The epitome of Go Mob, man. That's exactly what you guys demonstrated today.
Anytime you have anything that you need us to promote, let us know. We'll post it. We don't care unless it's about COVID and Instagram conflicts with that.
And by your own words, we definitely want to interview your number 2.
Right.
Both.
Yeah. Oh, that's too easy, man. That's too easy, man. That'll be another great interview, man. So yeah, hit them up, Fitbo Cotton 1914, man. Hit them up, man, and get them on here, man. That'll be a good one, bro. But again, man, I'm
just gonna say we definitely appreciate this. This was I really liked how the flow of this conversation. I don't want to say interview because it really wasn't to me an interview. It was a conversation.
Right. So of course, before we actually do end it, we got to go out like all Sigmas do.
Right.
Let's do it. Blue
Blue
fight,
you
know.
By the way,
what was your number?
I was the number 15, man. 16 Kings of Crump, Fall 2K3.
What?
Number 15. Yeah, man. I'm the Joker. I'm Joker, man. Yeah.
Whoa. A lot of people remember. Gee whiz. 4, 5.
Yeah.
4, 5.
Oh, man.
He'll ever come in front of me is online. Like, yo, no, shorter than me. Come on now. He's like, no, he ain't shorter.
Oh, I will always throw that out there.
He always does. So it's like, whatever. 5, we good.
Oh, man,
go ahead.
I appreciate y'all, man. And no, I appreciate y'all, man. I'll be hitting y'all up so I can get y'all on the network as well, man. Go Mark, bros. Y'all be safe.
Most
Thank
definitely.
you.
Please stay safe and keep 10 feet from people.
Not 6.
Yeah. Because apparently you get blocked on Instagram.
Right.
Yeah. So
take it easy, man. We appreciate it, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
be blessed.
All right.
All right, wow.
Hey, get out of the car, man. You got a gun right there. Right now. I need you to relax for me, okay?
I will shoot you because that's a threat. So trying to let go of me.
You just put your hand on a gun, sir.
And yet people have the nerve to say that all black people have to do is comply. Honestly, you're not going to believe what I'm about to show you.
Okay. That's all right. Just keep an eye on it. Just get the right fit. Just there. Put your hands on the steering wheel.
No.
What are you reaching for?
Oh, whoa. Hey,
Hey, get out of the car, man. You got a gun right there.
Whoa!
Get out of the car.
There's rights to this.
Get out.
There are rights to this.
Do you have a consent
There are
hearing?
rights to this.
Whoa! Get out.
Hold up right there.
It's open. My hands are up. My hands are up. No.
No, you gotta.
This is on body cam. You have a body cam, sir?
Put
Do you
your
have a body
hands
cam?
over your eyes.
Do you have a body
Put
cam?
your hand over
Do you
your
have a
eyes.
body cam, sir?
Put your hands
Do
over
you
your
have a body
eyes.
cam, sir? Yeah, you're gonna
I will send this dog on you.
I will shoot you
Hey,
if you do.
don't
Don't.
fucking grab that gun.
You
Put
have rights.
your
Hey,
hand.
you have rights too. You have rights
Don't
too.
you dare.
You have rights. You have rights. You
Right.
cannot
Don't you
shoot me
dare.
here.
You
This is
need to be-
unconstitutional. You know that.
Wait, you have a
Whoa.
weapon,
Hey.
okay?
Yes, I
Don't.
do. And it's
Don't.
What I need you to do.
Hey, you
Oh,
can't be
listen.
grabbing me on this. Is also unconstitutional. Body cam request.
Can you quit yelling so I can talk to you?
I'm not going to bother anybody.
No, you're
Hands
not.
on the seat.
Don't do this. Don't do it. Don't.
So to recap, he refuses to put his hands on the steering wheel, refuses to get out of the car, he puts his hand on his own gun, he twice threatens to shoot the cop, he closes the door and speeds away, and he lives to tell the tale. I'm not saying that this suspect should have been shot. In fact, the officers in this example showed quite remarkable patience and composure. But then that leads me to the question, why isn't this shown for all? Think about it. How can you possibly watch this video and not think about the cases where black suspects are shot and killed for being way less threatening than this man behind the wheel? What this video and many others like it tell me is that police have the training. It just seems they pick and choose when to show restraint and when to exercise lethal force.
God's bringing you into a grace space. Everything that's being removed is making room for you to receive. Play me real quick. I know this is way beyond your capabilities. I don't know all the right terms, but just play like a major scale. What key is that? D. What are the actual notes? D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp. Let's just do the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can play the notes. I just don't always know what to call. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play it again. That's the major scale. Play them again. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. First word. That's the first 4 notes of major scale, key of D. Leave out. Play the 1 and the 4. Right. Da, 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 da. Play the other ones. Do it again. 5, 6. Da, da. Do it again. Drop the 5. That's the 6. Do the 6. 1, 4, 6, 6. Oh, that sounds like something. Da, da. Again, da. Just the 1, 4, and 6. Da, da, da. Amazing grace. 1, 4, 6, 6. Na na. Ingrid. Do all the notes again. That's a scale. Leave out the other ones. Do the 1/4C. That's a song. What turned the scale into a song wasn't what we put in. It's what we left out. God said, I brought you out of Egypt, out of shame, out of sin. Leave it there. Leave the rabble there. Leave the regret there. Leave it out. Leave it out. For Christ, our Passover lamb, has been sacrificed. So now, 1 Corinthians 5:7 says, let us eat the unleavened bread and get rid of the old yeast so that you may be a new unleavened batch. Here's the anointed part. As you really are. All that other stuff, somebody make this confession. That's Egypt. That's not me. All that pig slop that's on you when you come, leave that out. Take that off and leave that out. For this next season,